Obama uses kids as human shields. The Democrats use kids as human shields. He brings these kids, supposedly who wrote letters to the White House after Newtown, bring them up there to present a picture of support among the children.
Rush Limbaugh today. Back with me now, Dana Lash and Scotty Hughes. Scotty Hughes, why shouldn't President Obama bring these children to the White House to illustrate a point that he's making these proposals now in direct relation to the slaughter of children?
Well, why sit here and say that to bring these children up on stage and give them high fives, and then sit there, your White House claims that the NRA ad exploits his own children? I mean, across the board, he is exploiting children. He sat there and is complaining, double standard completely. He brought his children on every chance he could during the campaign, and now his White House is coming and saying this new NRA ad is actually attacking its children, and that's just wrong. Hands off my kids. Same thing he did today with those 4. And to your point here, I'll be honest with you, people own tanks. People own cannons. Heck, people own jet fighters. When was the last time you heard a crime done by one of those people? Okay,
Dana Lash, let's ask you that question, which is about the magazine clips. Do you think that there's any reason why any civilian needs a magazine or a magazine drum, as it is now, of a 10-round limit or more?
I think that there exists reasons that exactly why we should have more than, I know what New York spans 7. I can think of a story that just a headline that just hit the papers today in New York. There was a man who was attacked by a gang of men with bats and tire irons. There were, I believe, more than 7 of those individuals that attacked him. I can think of that.
Well, what's the point of that anecdote?
And also, Piers, you also have to
Dana,
think
why do you tell that story?
Well, because it's to highlight that if someone has a firearm and they're able to defend themselves, and
have you seen that video?
Attacker,
have you seen the video?
Or I've seen screens. Actually, I've seen screenshots.
Okay, I've actually taken the trouble to. Well, hang on. You can't just say these things. I took the trouble to watch that whole video.
Yes,
An unfortunate man involved in a pizza argument at 5 a.m. in the street gets attacked by a group of people who were clutching a bar of some sort.
Tire iron.
Yeah, but he's alive. He didn't get killed. He wasn't shot. Is your solution to that fight in a street?
I made
we don't know who caused it
I didn't
or what.
say it was a solution.
Is your suggestion that someone should have pulled a gun out and shot somebody?
If you have to defend yourself against more than one attacker, then absolutely. And Piers, you also have to. Have you ever fired? Oh, have you fired a weapon?
So that young man should have shot those people.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if someone has,
what are you saying?
There are instances where there is more than one person coming at you. There is an instance where you have a gang of individuals coming at you.
Okay, let me ask you.
Piers, here's the thing.
Let me ask you this.
If the founding fathers wanted this limited, they would have enumerated that in the Second
Amendment. Okay, we've already established you don't believe there are limitations, so that's fine. So everyone can have a tank. Why would anybody need an AR-15?
Have you ever fired one?
Yes, I haven't fired one, no. Why would anyone need an AR?
Okay, well, let me tell you right now. I want to answer this because, Piers, this will help so much. This helps so much.
Let me ask the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why would anybody need an AR-15 that has a magazine with 100 bullets in it, as with the shooter at Aurora? Why would anybody need that?
Well, first and foremost, if you've never fired an AR-15, as a woman who also has self-defense, uses guns for self-defense and likes to know that I have that security, they're a lot easier to fire than other rifles.
So you think women should all be armed with AR-15s?
My goodness. Now, are you going to go off on a tangent every single time I say one thing? You just go off and make up another.
What you actually
Come on
believe.
now, Piers. Stay with me here. Stay here with me.
I'm trying to clarify what you believe.
Well, I'm trying to explain it to you, but you keep putting words in my mouth every time I try. So stop. Let me finish, and we'll get somewhere with this. No, an AR-15 is, honestly, it's just like any other rifle. I don't understand why some individuals can become so scared of this because they think it's a scary-looking weapon. It's not. This is not like the military-style assault rifle that, you know, fully automatic or capable of select fire.
It shot 70 Americans in a movie theater in 90 seconds. It murdered a group of New York State firemen.
Do you know there are pistols?
It killed 20 school children in an elementary school. Yes, but this particular weapon has been used in the last 4 mass shootings, and still nobody can explain to me why any civilian needs that or one of these high-capacity magazines.
Piers, how are law-abiding citizens like me responsible for that? I followed the law. And I'll admit it, I own an AR-15. I followed the law.
James Holmes was a law-abiding...
I went through my background check. I've taken the classes.
Dana,
I'm a responsible owner. Why should I be punished?
James Holmes was a law-abiding citizen. He bought his guns legally. He bought the ammunition over the internet. And he went and shot 70 Americans in a movie theater. So I'm afraid when the NRA,
Piers,
says taking our
Piers,
guns, attacking our guns, as it said today, the NRA said today, attacking our guns will only hurt law-abiding gun owners.
I want to focus on something you just said, Piers. I want to focus on that. He was on medication, and he was seeing a psychiatrist.
I don't dispute that.
No, let me answer this. I want to bring this up. This is an important point, Piers, and it needs to be made.
No, here's the thing.
This is where the people who are supposed to enforce the law fail.
But Adam Lanza's mother did not shoot people up, Piers. You have to realize that.
And Piers, you need to realize, too, that this is where the people who are supposed to be telling... See, look, I'm going to use the case of Jared Loughner as an example. Do you realize that he could have been reported in terms of being mentally unfit, reported to NICS. When they did the background check, they would have determined that he was mentally unfit. He would have been unable to purchase a firearm. The same thing with Holmes. But you have these laws in place. Piers, what good are laws if no one wants to follow them? Do you realize that there are laws that have been passed to incentivize states reporting these people to NICS?
Okay, I hear you. Scotty said earlier she doesn't agree with a single thing that President Obama said today. What's your view? Is there anything there you agreed with?
You know, I'm really trying, because I think that he was moved by what happened at Newtown, which I think anybody would have been.
Was there anything you agreed with in the president's proposals?
No.
Okay.
And instead of having those 4 children, I would have liked to have the mother from Georgia.
The pair of you would like to have the right to have a tank, and you don't agree with a single...
Why are you making... Now you're committing straw man, Piers.
President Obama's proposals to gun control. And you know something? It makes me sick when I hear people say that kind of thing.
Piers, when did I say that, Piers? It makes me sick when I hear people...
Sweeping proposal.